Back in 2008, Hollywood gave us a comedy so wild, so audacious, it turned the movie industry into its own punchline, Tropic Thunder. From Ben Stiller's over-the-top action hero to Jack Black's outrageous antics and Robert Downey Jr. in one of his most unforgettable roles, this star-studded cast delivered jungle chaos, explosive laughs, and one-liners fans still quote today. But that was then. Tonight, E.T. is taking you inside the transformations, the glow-ups, and the career twists that have kept the Tropic Thunder crew in the spotlight all the way to 2025. It's time for a flashback that pulls no punches. As we compare the times, Tropic Thunder times, cast then versus now, revealing just how much their lives, looks, and careers have transformed since they took center stage in one of the wildest comedies of the 21st century. From shocking makeovers to jaw-dropping career pivots and everything in between, this is the real Hollywood evolution. So, settle in, because you're about to see your favorites from Time's Tropic Thunder times like you've never seen them before. Let's kick things off in star-studded style with Ben Stiller. Back when Time's Tropic Thunder times hit screens, Ben wasn't just the leading man in the insanity, he was also the mastermind behind the whole production. That's right, Stiller directed, co-wrote, produced, and starred in the film, pulling double, triple, and quadruple duty while bringing to life the hilariously clueless action star Tug Speedman. With those fake biceps, that iconic over-the-top action hero voice, and unforgettable scorcher trailers within the movie, Stiller delivered a pitch-perfect parody of a fading Hollywood A-lister desperate to reclaim his fame. But since he barked metaphysical questions about who he was supposed to be, Stiller has shifted gears in fascinating ways. Today, he stepped away from his own action star antics and leans into the director's chair more than ever before. If you remember the over-the-top energy of Tug Speedman, compare that to the measured, confident figure he exudes now, more behind the scenes, more power moves, still every inch a Hollywood player, but evolved into a sophisticated creative force. That signature grin hasn't gone anywhere, but these days, Stiller is picking his projects with laser precision, bringing the same relentless drive that powered Time's Tropic Thunder times into an entirely new era of his career. Whether he's helming dramas or comedies, he's making quietly big moves, commanding respect, no explosion effects necessary. But what's Time's Tropic Thunder times without its wild card? Step forward, Robert Downey Jr., whose role as Kirk Lazarus, method actor extraordinaire, Oscar winner, and chameleon of all chameleons, became the movie's most buzzed-about performance. From dramatic accent switches to off-the-cuff improvisations, Downey took his meta role right up to the comedic edge. Dipped in fake bronzer and layered in prosthetics, his Kirk Lazarus didn't just steal scenes. He sparked endless debates and even snagged Oscar attention in real life for his daring performance. Remember those iconic lines? "I know who I am. I'm the dude, playing the dude, disguised as another dude." It doesn't get more unforgettable than that. Now, looking at Robert Downey Jr. today is like watching the next act of a show-stopping play. Downey's transformation from satirical chameleon to one of Hollywood's most respected, recognizable names is something out of movie lore itself. While he's still got that signature twinkle equal parts charm and edge, the man who joked his way through the chaos of Time's Tropic Thunder times has become an industry legend in his own right. His presence now is less about parody, more about legacy. You can still catch glimpses of that Kirk Lazarus mischief lurking behind the eyes, but it's paired now with a cool, calm, collected gravitas that only years at the top can bring. As much as the headlines focused on those two, we simply cannot forget the comedic blast that is Jack Black. When Time's Tropic Thunder times first hit theaters, Black was already riding a tidal wave of laughter, so when he showed up as the irrepressibly wild Jeff Portnoy, he fit right in with the film's madness. Famous for playing a zany comedian with notorious vices, Black's cartoonishly unhinged performance kept viewers glued to their seats, never knowing what might tumble out next, literal or figurative. From slapstick falls to those beyond outrageous facial expressions, every second was classic Jack Black, unpredictable, explosive, and totally owned. Now, jumping to today, Jack Black's energy is still off the charts, but there's a polish to his comedic edge you didn't see in his Portnoy days. While he hasn't traded wild antics for ballroom dancing, there's something undeniably evolved about his style. Think of it as refined chaos. He still surprises us, but the punchlines are smarter, the delivery sharper, and his career more versatile than ever. The hair's a little different, but those eyes still glint with mischief. Seeing Jack Black now, you get the keen sense that he's grown into a comedic heavyweight, one who channels that same unrestrained energy from his times Tropic Thunder times Days into each fresh, new chapter of his legacy. But let's turn the spotlight on Brandon T. Jackson, who in 2008 burst onto the scene as Al Pacino, the high-strung, high-energy rapper trying to prove his acting chops amidst the mayhem. "I Love the Booty" became instant shorthand for his role. Pulling off an outrageous mix of bravado and insecurity, Jackson nailed every beat with a rawness that left fans in stitches. New on the big screen blockbuster scene, Jackson's charisma was unmissable, giving the movie's ensemble a vibrant jolt. If we check in with Brandon T. Jackson now, the contrast is striking. Gone is the rowdy, scene-stealing up-and-comer. What you see instead is a performer who's matured, honing his game and exploring new territory. The trademark charm and wit are still there, but there's a focus and poise marking his current vibe. He stands taller, seems more centered a long way from Al Pacino's antics, signaling that the boyish bravado of times, Tropic Thunder times Days, has transformed into steady, seasoned confidence. Evolution, Hollywood style. Of course, we can't have a conversation about times Tropic Thunder ***'s irresistible madness without nodding to the one and only Jay Baruchel, who played the comparatively level-headed newbie, Kevin Sandusky. Surrounded by egomaniacal veterans and clueless co-stars, Baruchel's straight man act anchored the insanity someone had to bring the relatability. After all, he delivered every line with understated comedy, the picture of normal guy in over his head. Fast forward to the present, and Jay Baruchel has shaken off the naive greenhorn image. There's a confidence to the way he carries himself now, an assuredness that comes from years of being the quiet star in wild ensembles. His comedic chops are as razor-sharp as ever, but there's a hint of world weariness behind that voice, a seen-it-all, done-it-all attitude. It's as if Sandusky's outsider perspective has been replaced by that of a seasoned vet who knows exactly where he stands. For those who remember the earnest newbie, seeing Baruchel now is a satisfying, full-circle moment. Let's not overlook Danny McBride's unforgettable turn as Cody, the explosives expert with a love of big booms and bigger deliveries. In times Tropic Thunder ***, McBride blasted onto the screen as the demolition-loving pyrotechnics guy, one-liners, and wild stunts galore. Whether he was causing literal explosions or just wry verbal ones, McBride's Cody quickly became a standout, the personification of go big or go home. Tracing McBride's journey from his times Tropic Thunder times Days to now, the transformation is fittingly dramatic. These days, he carries himself like a showrunner, someone who's no longer just in on the joke, but writing, producing, even directing the punchline. You still get flashes of the madcap energy that made Cody a fan favorite, but it now comes with the measured confidence of a guy who's made it past the pyrotechnics and into the upper ranks. You can almost see him nodding along coolly at Hollywood parties, a world away from the chaos of the jungle set, but carrying that same fiery spirit. But times Tropic Thunder ***'s legacy isn't just built on bombastic leads. Tom Cruise's surprise cameo as Les Grossman, the greasy, foul-mouthed studio executive, set the entire Hollywood rumor mill spinning. His transformation into the larger-than-life producer, with that bald cap, weight-gain prosthetics, and hip-thrusting dance moves, became one of the film's most gifable, unforgettable moments. Audiences couldn't quite believe it was really Cruise behind those sunglasses, and for good reason. Jump to now, and Tom Cruise's presence is still electrifying, but with a kind of legend status that Les Grossman only exaggerated for laughs. The two could almost be mirror images, one a hilariously grotesque studio boss, the other a serious, jaw-clenching movie icon. The wild dance moves may have subsided, but that unwavering intensity, still there, dialed up to 11 every time he's on screen. So, From Ben Stiller's visionary comedy direction to Robert Downey Jr.'s shape-shifting genius, Jack Black's anarchic humor, Brandon T. Jackson's star-making swagger, Jay Baruchel's unassuming wit, Danny McBride's explosive hilarity, and Tom Cruise's chameleonic cameo times Tropic Thunder ***'s cast are living proof that Hollywood transformations happen right before our eyes. Each star entered as something totally unique, comedic legend in the making. Dramatic heavy hitter or up-and-coming rebel and emerged on the other side, older, wiser, and infinitely more fascinating. Now, we want to know, what's your favorite Tropic Thunder cast transformation? Is Ben Stiller's directorial evolution inspiring? Or does Jack Black's comedic journey leave you grinning ear to ear? Has Robert Downey Jr.'s electric transformation surprised you the most? Or did Tom Cruise's wild cameo steal the show? Spill your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, because this is just the beginning. We're tracking every jaw-dropping Hollywood evolution as it happens. And believe us, you won't want to miss what we're serving up next.